With 2024 coming to a close, we're going to rewind on the biggest and boldest of our favorite moments of 2024 because I know there's a lot, especially for me. I'm so excited for this segment. From jaw-dropping celebrity scandals to viral social media moments, blockbuster hits, chart-topping music, we're just gonna unpack it all. As always, there are new trends, like Brat summer became a thing, and so did demure and mindful. And for some inexplicable reason, we became obsessed with celebrity lookalikes this year, which is, we talked about last episode, kind of odd, but we're going to unpack it month by month. So, starting off, January. Saltburn kind of came in as a bigger thing in January. I was here for it. I still am. I love Saltburn, guys. It's awesome. I love it. TikTok Shop became a huge thing this year. I don't know how to feel about it. I bought in some things from TikTok Shop.
I have also
Secretly.
purchased.
Okay, see. Yeah, I mean,
it's easy to fall into that rabbit hole when you get free shipping when you spend $20.
It's even easier to fall into the rabbit hole when you make your first purchase and it's so cheap because of all of the discounts. You can't put a discount in front of me. I'm a college student. I will fall for it.
Absolutely.
And the trend on TikTok, the
coquette.
I can't say that. I'm sorry.
It took me forever to be able to say it, and it's so funny.
I literally probably said croquet, like in the beginning of the year, like the game. Like, sorry, but that trend with all the bows and putting the bows on everything and just the like. Little
Honestly, for that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What if I told you I still put little pink bows on people as it's because it's funny. You guys can't tell me it's not funny.
I was just going to say that. We're in December now, and it's still a thing for some people. Like, they've literally are still doing it. I don't know.
Stop pointing at me.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying that's a trend that really did stick out, and I honestly have no idea why.
And bows, I think, are such a big thing this year. Like,
because
literally
of this.
I didn't jump on the coquette. Is that right? Trend because I was like, this like bows, like this is happening for like this month, whatever, it's gonna be done. Literally, it's still a thing. Christmas this year, bows on everything.
There's the giant anthropology bow that people are getting for their Christmas tree, and it's huge and it hangs all the way. It drapes the whole way down to the Christmas tree. It's gorgeous, but I'm like. And it's so expensive, too.
It's so expensive.
Speaking of anthropology, sorry. It's the curse.
Go ahead.
Anthropology in general. It's a very nice store. It's very high end, I would definitely say. So I'm not a huge fan of like a bow on the top of my Christmas tree. I'm very much traditional star, angel kind of thing. So
sticking on the store trend, I think Altered State hops on trends like that. Their marketing team, they see like a trend for a second and all of a sudden it's like a new line. Diet Coke. They did Eras Tour. Ford Bronco. Coquette was another one. Like anything that was a big deal. It was on a shirt. It was on a hat. It was on a water bottle.
I'm shocked that they haven't gotten sued of some sort yet because tell me why. I walked in there the other day. Stars Hollow, literal Gilmore Girls merch that I've seen on Etsy before. It was in their store, and all the like Taylor Swift stuff they've done, all the collabs, they got her lyrics, they have all of her branding. I'm like, I don't know. I'm shocked that Altered State hasn't gotten anything out for them
I
yet.
would agree.
Especially because they come out with it so fast. I go in one day and it's like, oh my gosh, it's Diet Coke everywhere. But to be honest, huge fan of Altered State. Especially,
me too.
I can
especially
get down
when
with
they
it.
put stuff in their clearance section. I don't know about any of you all, but I am all for it because it's also cute. It's very coquette, very demure, very mindful.
We'll
That's
get
coming in a few minutes.
We'll get into that. But moving on to February. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Risa Tessa, I think that's how you say her name, had her 50-part series of Who TF Did I Marry? That whole thing, slandering her husband, that was wild. I forgot about that. Whenever I was thinking of all these things, I was like, wait, I totally forgot that happened.
You just unlocked this whole other part of me in my head. I completely forgot about that.
People would be telling a story and they'd be like, part da-da-da-da of who da-da-da did I marry? And you'd be like, oh my gosh.
And people made like their own versions of it. I don't know if you remember the whole Brooke Schofield drama with Clinton Kane.
Yep.
She did her whole Who the F Did I Marry based on that. And I was like, wow. It became a phenomenon, truly.
And like I remember even in February, I don't know if you guys remember this might be too niche, but the whole fake tan scandal, does anybody remember that? Who was it with? I don't know, some guy,
There's
Michaela the makeup girl.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
There we go. Sorry, Michaela, love you. Anyways, but that I feel like was the start of like the long series of everybody exposing each other. And again, in February, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and we saw Taylor Swift on the field with Travis Kelce, blah, 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 Viva Las Vegas. I mean, the Super Bowl is every year, so this isn't a surprise. But Taylor Swift being on the field with him was a big thing.
People watched for her. So I know a ton of people did, which I'm a football fan, so I watched it for the Super Bowl and the halftime show, of course. But, Taylor Swift's at the Super Bowl. Viva Las Vegas, baby. Like,
listen, there's a chance she's there again. Let's not make it a big deal.
No, don't even.
I will say, Viva Las Vegas, that icked me out.
It was so bad.
He's saying that he went for it, and I was like, Travis, buddy, what are you doing?
If they break up, I feel a song being called Viva Las Vegas. Like, that would be awesome. Moving on. March. The biggest thing I remember from March is Ryan Gosling singing I'm Just Ken.
I'm just Ken.
His performance was amazing.
Else I'd be a 10. I still repeat that to this day, and I love when people change it and they put their own twist on it. I've done that so many times and people think it's so funny. And honestly, he ate that roll up. I don't care what anybody says. I was iffy on the Barbie movie and I was iffy on his role at first, but then you go back and you look at it, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
He is Ken. Like
he
really is.
And
it took me twice to watch that movie and like it.
Really, I was obsessed with it ever since I first watched it. I loved Barbie.
Really?
But that Oscars performance, it was crazy. It was insane. He really put on a show.
I just bought a cheetah print jacket, and anytime I wear it, I sing the song. So there we go. That was March. April, the Challengers movie, which we talked about earlier. Yeah, I mean, that was a whole thing in itself on TikTok.
The trio itself, people recreating it, like people choosing which side they were on. It was a huge deal.
I saw some people dress up as them for Halloween, which I've never watched the movie, but I was like, wow, I totally forgot that movie was a thing because it happened in April. Tortured Poets Department came out in April. Taylor Swift again. Yet again. And the show Baby Reindeer on Netflix. If anybody's watched it, you should. It's really good.
I've heard mixed things about it.
I like the true crime kind of.
I was going to say, I'm like all for true crime, honestly. But some people said it is a wee bit gory.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's like about a stalker and.
Ooh.
Yeah, like if you don't watch the Menendez brothers one, I would start with that one and then do the Baby Reindeer
When
one.
I watch stuff about stalkers, like I think I have one the following week. I'm like, that person's stalking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have like dreams that's going on. But I love those shows. Love watching them. May was the Met Gala. The Met Gala is its whole ordeal in itself. What did we think? I thought it was awesome. I know it was further away and a while away from now, but it was really fun.
National holiday.
It is. It's truly a holiday for me. Like I get ready. I have the Vogue live stream pulled up. I'm locked in. Emma Chamberlain's usually doing some sort of interview. I'm always there.
Which I think is so interesting. She's another one of those people that like started on YouTube and just like continued to make her way up into the world. You can almost compare her to like a Jake Paul. I know it's weird to say, but like similar vibes of like we started on YouTube and here we are today.
They are definitely, I see that. They're definitely very similar. I remember being in 6th grade and everyone was obsessed with her, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a really cool thing to see her and all the celebrities together. A lot of celebrities starring in movies later in the year are at the Met Gala, so it's kind of a preview for them. But June Brat Summer. How do we feel about it?
I loved Brat Summer. It was like a big thing in my friend group. We're like, turn on Brat. It's Brat Summer. And we're listening to Apple. We're listening to all the Charlie XCX songs. It's so fun for me.
Let me tell you, on the topic of Brat Summer, for those of you who are kind of into that Roblox area, Dress to Impress,
Yes.
which absolutely blew up this year. There really isn't a month that it started. Blew up this year. Did a collab with Charlie XCX, who is basically the founder of Brat Summer. They did a whole collab. They had her music. They had poses. They had an apple. They had a whole collection of clothes. I kid you not, that lasted for months, and I never got tired of it.
Collab of the century,
It
honestly.
was like collab of the. There have been so many collabs, especially with Wicked, with doing just about every product known to man. But then there was Dress to Impress, and that was the one that got me.
Yeah, and I feel like Brat Summer never really ended. Charlie XCX had her performance in Times Square for free for everybody. It was really cool. That happened in November, but
She also was on
going.
SNL.
Yeah.
She doesn't stop. Brat Summer never ends.
And I think she's making a comeback. I feel like I didn't hear Charlie XCX since I was little till this year. Which
Boom
is,
Clap, right? She's the
Boom
one that
Clap.
sings
I
it.
love it.
Yes.
All the like classics from your childhood. She took a break. Now she's back full swing. Brat Summer.
June. Nope. Yes. No, July.
July.
Sorry, guys. July was the Paris Olympics. That was a really fun thing with the Eiffel Tower being involved and all that. I mean, the controversy with the river and all the celebrities there and the dorms, and there was a lot going on other than just sports. And what do you guys think?
Can we talk about the river for a second? Because that was a whole thing. People were going to go take a dump in the river to prove to the mayor or whatever that this water was not safe to be swimming in. And they were like, no, you're going to be fine. And they were supposed to swim in the water. And the date got moved back to when they were going to swim in it. And it was a whole thing.
They kept moving it back, and I thought that was crazy. But on the topic of not only the Olympics, but celebrities, let's talk about the real celebrity, pommel horse guy, Steven Nezaradic. I don't know about you all, but he had me hyped the whole Olympics, especially when they had a whole separate countdown for him during the men's gymnastics team event. That was legendary. You guys can, he basically revived men's gymnastics. His teammates say that. They're like, thank you so much, Steven. And he's so cute in that way. He's so wholesome, and
He's
I
just
live
a happy
for it.
guy. He was on Dancing with the Stars. That's where I really got to see his personality shine.
Me too.
Me too.
And he's just such a nice little guy. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, seeing him flourish on Dancing with the Stars and all of that, it was really cool to watch and a good transition for him. Moving on to August, demure and mindful. Gabby, here we go.
Very demure, but see how we're doing this podcast? Very demure.
I never understood this
I don't
trend.
understand either. I honestly thought, and I think we talked about this, but it was going to be up for Word of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little shocked it wasn't. Especially the controversy where it was who started the trend. That was a huge thing. That's when it really started to hit, was August, because we had been kind of starting to say it, and all of a sudden it was 3-4 different claims of, I started it. I don't think I know who actually started it still, but
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah, it was just a thing. I mean, transitioning from August to September, Chapel Roan and her hot to go movement.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Does someone want to do the dance?
It's here, guys.
And
Her
the
at-
dance?
Yeah,
Yep.
her at all the festivals, the whole crowd doing it.
I mean,
It
here at the
being-
University of Kentucky, the band plays it.
Yeah, it being played at Rupp Arena, Kroger Field, everywhere.
She just absolutely blew up. Like, I know she was supposed to play a music festival, and she was on a smaller stage. She got moved to the main stage the same weekend because of how she blew up in just, literally less than a month, which is crazy.
Yeah, and during those months of August and September, there were a lot of shows released. The Bachelorette with Jen Tran was happening, and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That was a show we watched at my sorority house.
I loved it. I
Talk
watched
about
it too. I think it's so entertaining. There's so many like the way that they made a religion into a reality show, I think is absurd. But like I would never think to do that.
So October, we've talked a lot about pop culture events in the past few months because of our podcast. Celebrity lookalikes swept the internet. They still are. They're still happening. I saw one on TikTok. I forget who it was, but it was a new celebrity lookalike event, and I don't know. They're all just, there's new ones popping up everywhere.
Marissa, you had talked about the Bach one.
Bach
Bach
Fest.
from Wicked.
It
Fest.
hadn't happened yet, but now it has. It was really amazing. I was watching the live stream as Bach Fest was happening. The winner looks exactly like Ethan Slater. It's kind of crazy. And he sang the section from Wicked, and it was magical. I'm surprised it wasn't Ethan Slater because of how much they look like.
I saw one about Dan Campbell. I'm from Michigan, so Dan Campbell's the head coach of the Detroit Lions, for those of you that don't know. It was crazy how similar they looked. Like, they all got up and gave speeches, and it was honestly insane. If I had seen this guy on the street, I would totally think it's him.
That's so cool. I mean, I would love to attend one of those and just be like in awe watching that, because that's just a once in a lifetime experience. November was election month. We had a lot of Kamala Harris laughing, funny TikTok sounds.
It made it on SNL. Do we
Yes.
have? Can somebody do it? Does anyone know how to do
I
that?
can't do it.
It's like very. I remember trying and I just can't do it. It's like really deep in your chest. I feel like you have to. It's so unreal.
You got to dig deep for
You
that
really
one.
do.
Mm-hmm. And her "Did you fall out of a coconut tree?" little meme, that thing going on.
like
Both
Yeah.
of them honestly had some funny moments from their campaign.
For
she had the
sure.
coconut tree, and Donald Trump's was
Dogs and cats.
dogs and cats, and it was like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. That lives rent free in my head. I kid you guys not.
And then November, other than elections, we have the TikTok dance trend of "Wait, they don't love you like I love you."
Can you give us a little?
Wait, they don't love you like I love you.
I do it every time I go to the crosswalks on campus when it goes, wait.
Wait.
That's what I think of. So I'll be at the crosswalk and I'm like, wait.
Yeah, that trend is still going on. Moving on to December, everything that's been all over the internet, Wicked. It's just everywhere.
It was life-changing to see. I don't know if all of you have seen it, but I'm telling people I came out of that movie theater a new woman.
Me too. 3 hours, basically. Worth it. I need to see it again. I love Wicked. It was so good.
I was sat that entire time. So good. Doesn't even feel like that long.
Yeah, I just saw it last week, and it was just awesome. It was so cool.
I have yet to see it, but I'm gonna see it over break, guys. I swear I'm gonna make the time. I'm gonna sit my butt in a seat for 3 hours, and I'm gonna watch it.
We better get the report.
Guys,
I
See
will.
it.
I'll update you.
I cried during Wicked, and I'm not
Multiple
a crier.
times.
I'm not
Me
a crier
too.
at all.
It was so good.
It was
hard
so
to
good.
contain like your emotions for it.
Be sure to check out our website at kykernel.com.
And follow us on all social media platforms. That's X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify.
Thanks for listening to Pop Goes the Kernel. From all of us here at the Kentucky Kernel, we wish you a happy holidays.
And we'll see you next year.
Pop Goes the Kernel is produced by Gianna Gallo, featuring Libby Hackert, Marissa Armstrong, Gabby Mercedes, and Lauren Smiley. Edited by Jackson LaCroix.